I just had to stop and text Ian about how that tastes because I am just so blown away by it. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah from Pies and Pros, and I know if you've been tuning into my Vlogmas videos, I am so sorry that I have gone missing for a few days. I think 4 or so days to be exact. I am so sorry. I know I tried really hard to keep with this schedule and everything, but I am back, I am here, and I am hoping to end Vlogmas off on a good note, on a strong note. For the first day or so, I was completely losing inspiration. I couldn't think of ideas that were interesting enough to show you, and my days were becoming a little bit mundane in terms of showing you what it's like here on the vlog, and I couldn't think of anything unique or interesting enough for me to just feel motivated to create a video, so I just didn't. And I've said this in another video that I'd prefer to not post a video at all as opposed to posting a not so great video, if that makes sense. And then those are for the first couple of days, and then it snowed. We had like a huge snowstorm here in New York City, and it is the largest snowstorm I've seen in a long time, so I was very excited. And I got to have Ian here, so we were just, you know, enjoying the snow. I was just enjoying the nice cozy cold winter weather that we had for a couple of days. That is why I went missing. I am so sorry again, but we are gonna end this off on a good note, and I have for you something really fun and exciting that I have been meaning to post for you for some time. We're gonna be doing a taste test, and this is gonna be so much fun. I am so excited to do this taste test. I happen to be in the Chelsea Market area in Manhattan one of these weekends, and I was really craving noodles, and there's this spot in Chelsea Market that is called Very Fresh Noodles. They make fantastic noodle dishes, and so I went there. We drove a very long way to get there, and we got there just to pick up this takeout. And while we were there picking up the takeout, I noticed that the Chelsea Market was actually somewhat open. You can go inside, and there was extremely like limited space, limited amount of people. Everything was socially distanced and monitored, but you could go inside and check out a couple of stores. I don't typically go to the Chelsea Market, so I figured we came all this way, let's see what we can find when we're in there. And we happened to find this cute little store, Pearl River Mart. So I had no idea this store existed, at least in the Chelsea Market, and it's basically a gift store with a lot of Asian inspired gifts and products and items. It's just, the range was incredible. It went from snacks to toys to ramen bowls and chopsticks and clothing. There was just a huge variety of things, and I thought it was really cool, and the prices on things were quite fantastic. So I thought, wouldn't it be a cool idea to see if there are some Asian-inspired vegan snacks at this place? There happened to be some, so I was really excited and happy to see that. And so I picked up a handful of things, mostly snacks. I happened to find a noodle dish, which I'm really excited for, and a beverage. And I've never had any of these before, so we're gonna get right into it and taste these items. So I think we should start this taste test off with a beverage. It's called It's Jack Soy Black Soybean Drink. So I am assuming that this is like soy milk, but it's black. So black soybean drink, black soy milk is what I'm assuming. And I'm just shaking it up a little bit. As you can see, it is definitely got a hue that is not completely white, but it's still pretty light. And Ian was the one that found this one and thought, hey, let's try it. And the ingredients are water, sugar, soybeans, and that's pretty much it. So I can only assume this is just soy milk, but it's using black soybeans. Completely comes off. Wow, okay. It says here it was $2.50. I think 99% of the items were around that price. And yeah, this is what it looks like. It still doesn't look that dark to me. But let's see. Oh goodness, I hope I don't spill things. It came off so easily. Okay, and then it has like a little foil, I guess, for protecting it. Awesome. Okay, I don't want to spill. Let's just do it. I do not like it. Oof. Ah, no, I don't like it. Okay, what a weird way to start. I will just preface by saying I am not a big beverage person. This is not like soy milk. It is like soy milk in that it is like soy milk, but there is a texture thing happening. It's almost gritty on your tongue, but it's not gritty. You know what I mean? Like it leaves an after effect on your taste buds. It's not really too creamy. It's a little watery if you're thinking about soy milk or plant-based milks. It's quite sweet. It's really sweet. It's very soybean forward. It's just a really, really strong taste. That is something that I wouldn't just consume. I wouldn't just drink on a regular day. The texture is really throwing me off. It goes down smooth, but the texture on your tongue that's left afterward is almost, it's gritty, it's powdery almost. It's not good. I do not like that. Okay, starting this off on not so good of a note, but hopefully these snacks are going to be much better. Now we're going to the all-natural taro chips. So it's a cute purple packaging. You can see the taro right on front. Yep, 100% vegan because it's just all natural taro chips with salt, taro, palm oil, sugar, salt, wheat fiber. And it actually says on the bag, vegan, yes, which is really cool. Very easy to just spot and pick up. And yeah, I like taro. So let's see. This is what it looks like. There we are. As you can see, it smells like a tortilla chip. I can see specks of salt on it as well. I just feel like this is going to be a very standard chip. Well, let's go. Mmm. These are delicious. These are impressive. These are very, very good. They are quite basic, but they are salted, and the saltiness along with the texture of the taro is really, really delicious. This is something that I can sit and eat all day long. Like, it's really, really yummy and addicting, even though it is quite basic. I wouldn't say it's not flavorful because the salt makes it flavorful and the texture of the taro is lovely. It reminds me of plantain chips, just not as thick. So if you're into that, you will absolutely be into this. I wouldn't consider it like a tortilla chip. I wouldn't really dip in anything. It tastes just fine on its own to me. But I will say it's on the more basic side, so it's not something that is just extremely flavorful, for example, like a barbecue chip. Does that make sense? Moving on to Happy Snacks Arare Rice Crackers Nori Seaweed Wrap Snack. So it's basically crispy and crunchy rice crackers, so it says on the packaging. Cute packaging, bright colors, looks fun. It also says gluten-free right in the front, which is cool. And the ingredients are glutinous rice, tamari, soy sauce, sugar, seaweed, modified tapioca starch, yeast extract, and caramel color. So this snack looks very similar, and based on the ingredient list, it's very similar to a snack that I've had from my culture. I can't say where exactly it originated from, most likely South Asia, but it looks very similar to a snack that I've had before, so I'm not exactly, it doesn't seem like I'm gonna be 100% unaware of the taste and texture. From what it looks like and from what I remember, this rice part, not the seaweed because this is completely wrapped with a piece of seaweed, it's going to be light and airy and crunchy. It is sticky too. I remember that from whatever snack I'm talking about. If you are Guyanese or if you have South Asian background and you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. I'm so bad with names. So I just know that this is very familiar. Oh, wow. It smells like soy sauce. I don't know why I got so excited about it, but it smells good. That's it. Oh my gosh, that is good. That is, let me have one more. I'm impressed. This has the texture exactly what I was saying. It is light in the inside, light and airy. It's super crunchy on the outside. Delicious. Sort of like, I can't say it's a rice puff because it has a harder texture on that, like a caramelized exterior, but it is light and airy like that on the inside. The outside, because it's wrapped with the nori, when I bit into it, it just reminds me of sushi. It tastes a lot like sushi to me, and it's delicious. It's extremely savory, so if you're a sweet snack type person, this is not for you. It's extremely savory umami. This is 100% up my alley. I would actually eat this all day long as well. I'm shocked because I'm not a snack eater, and I've already said that twice, but this is super, super tasty. Like I said, it tastes like a sushi chip. Wow, really yummy. On the back of it, it has a caramelized type of taste, and it actually says caramel color here. I don't know if that applies to the taste, but I do get that caramelly type flavor that I recall from the glutinous rice. This is so good. I like that. Moving on to the next chip, the last chip slash snack, but there's also a noodle dish, so do not worry. The next thing is Lay's, which I think a lot of Americans are familiar with, and I don't know if other parts of the world, I'm quite sure, but this is Lay's, and it's a Kyushu seaweed snack flavor. And I didn't realize that I got 2 seaweed type snacks in a row, but that's totally fine. I was very happy with the first one, and all of the wording in the back I do not understand. It is not a language that I understand. However, what was interesting about this market is that they put a lot of labels on the bag that are in English. I guess they realized that having these labels would be extremely helpful, and it was extremely helpful for me because that's how I knew that it was vegan, because they listed out the ingredients. Yeah, so it's basically a potato chip with a bunch of seasonings, including seaweed flakes. Smells like potato chip. I don't smell anything fishy from the very beginning. Not fishy as in fish, fishy as in seaweed. But let's take a look at this chip. Can you see? Focus. Here we are. You can see flecks of the seaweed on it. But aside from that, it just looks like your standard Lay's potato chip. I don't smell anything. I smell nothing. Let's do it. Okay, yeah. So, having this right after having these seaweed snacks, there is no competition in terms of umami and fishy flavor. This one takes the cake, of course, because it's got like seaweed wrapped around it. However, you would think that this has a little bit more of a fishy taste, at least enough for me to detect it. I think if I was handed this and wasn't told what flavor it was, I wouldn't be able to tell you that it was seaweed. It is just very subtle. It tastes more like potato chip than anything else, with a little bit of a saltiness. And I can tell that saltiness isn't just straight salt, but I also can't tell that it's straight up seaweed. So it's extremely subtle, and it's a nice salty snack, but I wouldn't say that it's seaweed forward, especially compared to something like this. That was like sushi in a chip form. This is just, it's just a salty Lay's with some green flecks on it. It tastes fine. It doesn't taste bad. It's just extremely subtle that I don't know if I would purchase it. I could just purchase regular Lay's and be fine with that as well. Not bad. On a pretty steady note, after the beverage situation, the beverage is like staring at me and judging me for not liking it, but you know what, that's fine. We don't have to like each other. The last thing that we're gonna try is a noodle dish, so an instant noodle dish. I was actually really shocked to find a vegan option. I really was, you know, just looking at them and not expecting them to actually say vegan or have no animal products in them, just because what you associate with instant noodles, there's usually like a chicken flavor, a beef flavor, a shrimp flavor, And that's exactly what I was seeing when I was there. But for some reason, I picked up this one, and I don't know the brand. Oh, Nissan is the brand. And it said roast artificial beef flavor. So I thought, you know what? Let me just look at the ingredients really quickly here. And this roast artificial beef flavor is vegan friendly. It seems to be like accidentally vegan, not intended to be vegan. And just for the sake of having it being in a package, it just happens to be vegan, which is fantastic. Nothing in the noodles, nothing in the seasoning sauce, nothing in the soup base, except a ton of salt. I don't know if you saw that in the B-roll, but it has 70% of your daily's worth of salt in this package right here, which is wild. So low-key afraid of tasting this, and it was pretty easy to prepare. I just needed to cook the noodles in some boiling water. I took some of the boiling water that it was cooking in to sort of melt down and create a sauce with the seasoning packet and the soup base, and then I just tossed the noodles in together. I am shocked that it is still relatively warm. Here it is, a whole ton of noodles, and the sauce has like absorbed quite a bit by the noodles, which is good because before it was a little watery, but I knew if I let it sit, it would just absorb. It smells extremely savory. For some reason, it's reminding me of holiday flavors. I don't know what it is that's holiday forward in there, but something about it smells like really holiday-ish. Maybe I'm just in the holiday spirit finally, but this is what it looks like. Can you see? It's a lot of noodles, and they are quite squiggly, and I'm very excited to try this, so let's just do it. Oh, look at that! Wow! Alright, let's try it. Oh no. It is so addictive. Oh, well, I was 100% not expecting to enjoy that as much as I did. I'm actually trying really hard to refrain myself from eating the whole bowl because I promised that I would give the rest to Ian, but oh, that was so delicious. I understand why people love instant ramen so much. I just haven't had that in such a long time that I forgot at how ridiculously addicting it is. It is savory, it is salty, it has all of that rich umami flavors. And I will tell you something, the reason why it smells so holiday forward to me is because it tastes a lot like a dish that I have mentioned in a podcast before. It is something called pepper pot, which is a traditional Christmas dish for people who are Guyanese. And to explain very briefly, pepper pot is like a meat stew that you have like a lot of broth with and you eat with bread. And that flavor on those noodles tastes like, it tastes exactly like that. It tastes like pepper pot sauce on the noodles. Extremely meaty and savory, and there's a little note of warm spices such as nutmeg, cinnamon, those kinds of spices. I don't know for sure if it's in there, so I can't really tell if part of the seasonings are in there because some of the seasonings are just words that I can't pronounce, but I did see ginger. So there are some notes in there that are very like warm and aromatic and just cozy. And wow, I'm just so shocked at how delicious that is. I want to eat the whole thing. It is so, so good. Again, extremely salty, but if you're looking for instant ramen with really rich umami and meaty flavor without needing to eat meat, and it's completely vegan, comfort food, that is so, so spot on and delicious. That ended off on a fantastic note. I am so glad that it did. It was so much fun to do this, and regardless of the things that I did not like and I did like, it was still a lot of fun. Of course, my favorite thing out of the taste test is those noodles. Oh my gosh, so delicious, rich, savory, and just a lovely comfort meal for those kinds of days. And my least favorite thing was the black soybean drink, of course, but to each their own. I just didn't like the texture that it left on my tongue after I drank it. Everything else, solid contenders, all really, really great, and I would eat. They are quite delicious. And yeah, that was, I would say overall, that was a total success and fantastic that I could find at least a handful of vegan snacks in this market. I hope it was interesting or informative, and maybe if you're vegan living in an area where these are more accessible, or if you want to try them out for yourself if you happen to find them somewhere, now you totally can. I hope you had some fun with me today. Thank you so much for being patient with me and having me disappear for a little bit, but I am back and I am excited to be back. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. You're going to be seeing them back again, and hit the notification bell so you can get alerted when exactly those videos go up. That is all from me today. I will see you tomorrow.